Is Jeff. I am making a short demo here on how to reposition a center point for After Effects and for how to work with 3D um, movement in animation. Um, I'm starting here with another file that I have separated in Photoshop. You can see that if you look, I have a background image, which is I separated in the same way I did with the Nebuchadnezzar image. I have an image of a hand, and I have the image of the main character's body. This is Newton. So this is what I've got, and I'm going to go ahead and import this into After Effects. Here's my main composition where we left it before. So I'm going to go ahead and do a file import files, and this time I'm importing Newton. This is the image I was just at. Again, I'm going to import it as a composition and retain all the layer sizes, so it's going to basically bring in each one of those layers separately. And I'm going to open it. I'm going to leave the editable layer styles. And now I have a Newton composition, and I have the three elements there. So I want to edit and bring motion now to this Newton composition. So I'm going to double click on it. So you can see here I have the body, here I have the hand, and here I have the background. So what I really want to do is, see, Newton seems to be measuring and drawing something here with a compass. So I just want to make a simple animation that would shift his hand back and forth. And so what I want to do is I'm going to go into hand and transform. And you can see if I just move its position, it kind of breaks the illusion. And I also have this problem that it breaks the illusion because it separates his hand from the fabric there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 3D rotation to it. So this we have done before, or at least mentioned before in the 6 foundations of After Effects. So on this hand layer, I'm going to go under to this little cube, and I'm going to click it, and that's going to turn this hand now into a 3D object. So it's actually going to have now, instead of, if I turn it off, you can see that it has only one way to rotate, which is like that. But if I turn this on, we have a rotation of both X, Y, and Z. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this. Now the thing is, it's rotating right in the center of this hand, so it doesn't necessarily look like his hand is moving in a believable way. What I really want to do is I want to take the rotation point, which seems to be somewhere around here, I want to move it to over there. Now that rotation point, or that center point, is actually the anchor point. So if you want to play with the anchor point, one of the best things you can do is go here to the anchor point, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this hand layer, and that's going to bring it up in this whole other layer. And now you can see the anchor point is on display right there. So I'm going to go to this first number, that's the X number, and remember X is a horizontal coordinate, and I'm going to move it over to the edge of this box. So now when this rotates, it's going to rotate according to this point as opposed to in the center. So I can close that now. Now it has moved the anchor point, but it also has moved the location of the hand. So I'm going to have to move this hand back into position, which looks pretty good. And then now, since I've moved where the anchor point is, I can go to the X rotation, and when I rotate this, you can kind of get this idea that he is moving his compass forward and backwards, like it's actually pivoting at this spot down here, and that's the effect that I wanted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and keyframe this and then export it. I will go ahead and if you get it, you can move on, but I will go ahead and do it here just for repetition's sake. So I'm going to create a keyframe by selecting the stopwatch. I'm going to go up here and add 3 seconds, which is 300. Add another keyframe. Add 3 seconds. Add another keyframe. Add 3 seconds. Add another keyframe. Add 3 seconds. Keep on missing that 0. Add another keyframe. And add 3 seconds. Another keyframe. That always takes it 1 frame past, so I'm just going to bump it back a little bit. There. Okay. So now I can use these white dots to hop back and forth. So I'm going to leave it in a normal place in the center there. On here, on this second keyframe, I'm going to rotate it forward 40, I'm just going to say 50 degrees. And go to the next one. I'll leave it in the center. Oops. I'll go there. This time I'll put it -50. And then center. And then I guess I'll just leave it center. So now when I play it, I'll get something like this. It'll take a bit to render. It's getting a head start. There we go. So you can see now the hand it's not in real time yet because it's still, the preview is being generated as it goes. But you can see that this animation will turn out just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this through Media Encoder, and then I will have a second animation. All right.